Yo, what is good, YouTube? It's your boy, the ZD Special Pack, with another special video for you guys. In today's video, we're going to be doing something that hasn't been done in almost 30 seasons. I'm going to be trying to win the Chicago Bulls their first championship since Jordan retired. So for this one, I'm going to be starting with the start today rosters in 2K, which puts the Bulls at a 19-21 record. And also I'm going to keep injuries on for this video. So with that being said, here's what the roster looks like. We got Josh Giddey, Vooch still on the team, Kobe White, Modest Buzelis, Trey Jones, Dasumu, Okoro, and then pretty much everyone below that is pretty much on the chopping block. The only two players that I'm going to try and keep for the entirety of this challenge are going to be Josh Giddey and Buzelis. I think those are probably the two best cornerstone pieces the Bulls have with their current roster. So without further ado, let's go ahead and try to see what else we can do to get this team to the championship within 5 seasons. All right, here's a quick look at what the Bulls have in terms of draft capital for the next 5 seasons. So we do own our own pick in 2026 and also the Blazers lottery protected pick. So I'm gonna guess that's not gonna convert this season, which means it will convert the following season as an unprotected pick. So I'm not quite sure what we're gonna do with the picks. Yeah, I definitely want to try and draft high in 2026, which means we might try to tank the rest of this one. Looking at the conference standings, the Bulls are currently the 9th seed, pretty much perennially where they've been the past at least like 6 seasons. But let's go ahead and take a look at the rest of the league and see if there's anyone we can try to target before the trade deadline this season. Obviously, we're rebuilding. The main players I do want to try and get Anthony Davis before his regression becomes too much, I guess, below what we need him to be at to actually be a good team. Another good target would be Giannis, depending on how the Bucks finish this season, but he's probably untouchable at this point, or will be. I guess what I could try to do, I don't really know if it makes sense to try and do an in-season trade for Giannis, but definitely want to try and get him at some point down the road. We could try to get MPJ from them. Honestly, they might try and, I don't know, they might not want too much back for him. Let's look at the rotations real quick for this season. So Josh Giddey does have an existing injury in real life, which has him out of the rotation, but I'll probably have him back in a couple of weeks. The definite guys I do want to move from this team are probably going to be Kobe White. This season it was looking really good without him, and then as soon as he returned to the lineup, the Bulls definitely started to fall off a little bit, just because they really couldn't integrate him with the resurgence of Josh Giddey in the offense. So I'm probably not going to make too many trades. I definitely want to get rid of Vooch before he regresses. He is 35, so we can probably get maybe another first for him, and then maybe like a young player. I don't know if that matches his value in real life, but I guess we'll see. So let's go ahead and do the trade. Oh, also for this, I don't think I've messed with it yet, but I am going to turn up the trade difficulty a little bit, just because typically it's like way too easy to trade for good guys. So I'm going to turn, let's see, where is that at? Is it down here? Yeah, okay. Or is it not? Hold on, let me find that real quick. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to turn the trade difficulty up to 75. Same thing with contract negotiations. Simulator difficulty, I'll leave that where it is at a 50. And then I'll also turn up to 75 the CPU re-signing aggressiveness. So that'll make it a little bit more challenging to get this done. And again, we only do have 5 seasons to do it in this video. So let's go ahead and try to see what we can get done with this team right now. All right, so I'm going to try and get Vooch out of here for MPJ while the Nets are selling. So we have to make up 11 mil in cap room. Luckily, the Bulls do have quite a bit of disposable contracts, I would say. Pat Williams for sure. Javon Carter for sure. Yeah, they have a lot of disposable contracts. So maybe if we do Pat Williams, they have to give us another player back. Obviously not Claxton. Let's see if maybe they'll give me back like Tyrese Martin. They give me a counter? No, okay. I wonder if I just give them like a future first, like 2030, which I'm hoping doesn't matter too much at that point in the video. They'll take this trade. see. Okay, they still don't want to take that trade. Let's throw them a couple seconds. Okay, that does it. So we get MPJ on the team for honestly really cheap. A 2030 first round pick, 2 seconds, and then Vooch and who was that I traded? Pat Williams. I maybe could have got more return for Pat Williams, but he is not that good in real life. So now we have MPJ on the team. He's only 27 years old, so definitely going to last throughout the duration of this challenge. Okay, let's see what we can get back for Kobe White. That's going to be the last trade I make, I think, this season. All right, so here's a trade that I've seen rumored a lot online. I have seen that the Bulls might try and trade for Sabonis, so I put together an offer with Kobe White, Herter, Javon Carter, and a 2028 lottery protected first for obviously Sabonis, and then we're getting back Drew Eubanks and Dario Saric as well. I'll probably just let Saric and Eubanks walk in the offseason to open up some cap space. But let's see if they accept this as is. They do not. I'll give you guys this other second, and they take it. Okay, so we pick up Sabonis again for what I would consider pretty cheap. So let's go ahead and see the updated rotation and then probably finish out the rest of this season. Okay, so like I mentioned earlier, Giddey is still injured, but when he's not injured, he will be back in the lineup. Obviously, at the starting point guard, we'll move Trey Jones to the bench. All right, so one important thing I did forget to mention is that the Bulls do have Noah Senge, rookie out of France. He is out for the rest of this season, but for whatever reason, the simulation tried to bring him back into the rotation as an uninjured player. So I put the injury back onto him, so he's out for at least the rest of this season. And then from there, we'll just kind of let everything ride. But as of right now, it's just Trey Jones, Dosunmu, MPJ, Buzelis at the 4, Sabonis at the 5, Okoro, Jalen Smith, Dalen Terry back in the rotation, and then Tyrese Martin onto the bench. And then, like I said, I'm not going to play Sarge or Eubanks. I think the biggest hole that we need to fill for this roster at this point is probably going to be like a good scorer off the bench. But I'm not going to worry about that until this season. I'm kind of hoping the team does pretty bad for the remainder of this one. So let's go ahead and get Giddey back in the lineup, and then we'll see what the team's record is once he's back. All right, so I only simmed a handful of games, but Giddey is back from injury. We are 20-23. Like I said, I'm really hoping that we don't do too well this season so we can actually get a good pick from this draft. But let me go ahead and mess with the rotations and get him back in the lineup. So I'll go ahead and throw him in. Tyrese Martin's probably going to lose his minutes, which is fine. So let's get Trey Jones back in there. Dalen Terry, you can cut him down just a few. Jalen Smith, I did move him to the power forward, so I'll take a few minutes from him. And then I definitely don't want Okoro being our 6th man. So let's go ahead and put Trey Jones in that spot and get Giddey a few minutes. We'll bring MPJ down a few. Buzelis down to 33. We'll bring Sabonis down to 34. Make sure Giddey gets plenty of minutes. And then Dosunmu's still starting at the shooting guard. So a little bit more of a balanced rotation with Giddey back. So like I said, yeah, we're 20-23, just a couple of weeks from the trade deadline. All right, so we're now at the trade deadline, and the Bulls are 23-28, so semi going according to plan. I'm not quite sure how the team is going to finish the rest of the season, but I did want to take a look at everyone else's stats before we get through season 1. So as of the trade deadline, MPJ is leading the team in scoring with 23 a game. Sabonis just behind him at 20.7, and then Giddey with 19. Buzelis just under 15, and then Dosunmu's averaging 13. Trey Jones 11 and 6 off the bench. And like I said earlier at the start of the video, pretty much everyone else on this team is going to be pretty disposable. Like Zach Collins, he is on an expiring. I honestly might just let him walk, or I might see if I can get maybe some type of return for him here at the deadline. But everyone else, I don't want to go too unrealistic with this one, so I'm going to try and keep it semi-reasonable with some of these trades. But yeah, let's go ahead and see if I can maybe get some type of, I guess, realistic return for Zach Collins. And then after that, we'll probably just go ahead and sim the rest of season 1. All right, so the only tradable assets I really have is everyone that's currently in the G League and that are on 2-way contracts. So I'm going to go ahead and waive Dario Saric to make a roster spot. And then I'm going to call up, I think, Kawamura from the Windy City Bulls, get him signed for the rest of the year. And let's see, is he trade eligible since you just signed that? Okay, so they will let me trade him. That's good. So let's go ahead and put him in a trade with Zach Collins. And then we'll go back to what team was I trading with? That was the Warriors. Okay, let's go to the Warriors. We'll put Buddy Hield in here. Okay. Okay, they do have an 8 million trade exception. So let's take back like one of their really cheap guys. And will they give me this first rounder? They won't. Okay, let's try and get like 2 seconds from them. And then we'll give you Trey Jones and Kawamura. And then give us, give us Conley. Maybe 1 less second. Okay, so we get 1 second out of that deal. Okay, there's one change I'm gonna make, and that's gonna be turning off the recently traded restriction, because I see all the time in real life whenever trades are happening, there's people that get flipped to one team and then immediately flipped to another team. For good example, Luke Ridnour, there was one year he got traded like, I want to say he got traded like 4 times in one season. That was, I don't know, maybe like 2014, 2015. It was some time ago, but I don't think that really exists in the real NBA like 2K thinks it does. So I'm going to turn that one off. Okay, so I was going to try and trade for another first-round pick before this deadline with Zach Collins' contract, but I think I'm just going to let him walk instead, seeing as that there's not really any deals I've been able to find for him that makes sense. So let's just go ahead and sim to the end of this season, and I'll let you guys know what the team's record was and where we land in the lottery odds. All right, so here's the rotation we're going to roll with for the rest of the season. We got Giddey at the point, Dosunmu, MPJ, Zealous, Sabonis at the center, and then Zach Collins still on the team as our 6th man, then Isaac Okoro, Jalen Smith, Dalen Terry, and then we'll have Mike Conley at the end of the bench, I guess, just to be a little bit respectful and let him get some PT before he goes out of the league potentially. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and sim the rest of the season, and we'll find out what the team's record was and hopefully land a decent pick in this 2026 draft. All right, so we're almost at the end of season 1, and I was really hoping this team wouldn't do as good as they did, but it looks like we're going to finish as either the 8th or 9th seed. Let me go ahead and take a look at the standings and see where we're actually at. So we do have a chance to drop all the way to 10 if we lose this next game. So I might just rest some of the starters and try to make sure we lose that game for better lottery odds. But yeah, we're going to finish either hopefully 39 and 43. That's my goal. But looking at the team stats at the end of the season, it looks like MPJ was still leading the team in scoring. Giddey at 20.8, Sabonis at 20.3, and then Buzelis is currently injured, with Dosunmu averaging 12.5, Zach Collins still averaging 10. And yeah, like I've already said like 5 times, the rest of the team isn't really that good. So let's go ahead and make some adjustments to the rotation. I'm going to go ahead and sit the starters for this last regular season game, and I'm going to simcast it to see if we can potentially lose this final game of the season. All right, so yeah, all the starters are out of the lineup. I've got pretty much the entire bench with Conley, Dalen Terry, Julian Phillips, Jalen Smith, and Eubanks in the starting lineup, with Zach Collins, Tyrese Martin, and Isaac Okoro off the bench. So only an 8-man rotation. Let's go ahead and see if they can pull through and come out with an L. And the Mavericks are up pretty early. Hopefully they just pull away and blow us out. And okay, so we are going to lose and hopefully drop to the 10 seed. Let's go ahead and see how this season ends. It looks like we didn't move in the standings at all, but Jokic is your MVP, Cooper Flagg, Rookie of the Year, Reed Shepherd, 6th Man of the Year, Wembanyama, Defensive Player, Neemias Queta was Most Improved, Jaylen Brown is the Clutch Player of the Year, and then Mitch Johnson was the Coach of the Year. All right, and surprisingly, Josh Giddey finishes on the 2nd team for All-NBA, even though he really didn't play too much this season. I'm assuming he played at least 65 games. Yeah, okay, he finished in 68 games, so he did qualify. No other Bulls probably going to be on any of these other teams. So yeah, let's go ahead and see where we landed in the play-in bracket. All right, yeah, so we did finish as the 8 seed still, even though I tanked that last game. But I'm gonna try and do the same with this game and just get out of the play-in entirely. So hopefully we do not beat the Hawks here. Otherwise, we'll land as the 7th seed, which will impact our lottery odds pretty highly. And the Hawks are gonna win this game. So we're going to go ahead and drop down to the 8 seed game and then hopefully lose that one too. And then we'll hopefully get a good pick in this draft. Okay, so I mistakenly simmed past this game with the Raptors, but the result is exactly what I wanted. We did lose that game. So we're going to go ahead and sim the rest of the playoffs and see where we land in the lottery projections. All right, so here we are at the draft lottery. Unfortunately, we finished with the worst odds at the first pick. My experiment to end the season didn't really work out as I planned. So we're probably going to land here at 14. Let's just make sure we do. Yep. Okay. This coming season, I'm going to try and really make the playoffs and actually win the championship. We only have 4 more seasons to do it, so might as well. But yeah, let's go ahead and get to the draft and see if we can get it 14. All right, so here we are at the 14th pick. Christian Anderson Jr. is still available. He was the number 3 overall ranked prospect for Sporting News. 2K had him ranked 5th. NBA.com had him ranked 6th. My strategy here is just take the best available because in the offseason here, I'm going to try and make a deal for Giannis and bring him to Chicago. Christian Anderson Jr. is going to be a safe pick, so I'm going to go ahead and take him, and then I'm going to try and get into the trade finder and see what I can get done for Giannis. So what I didn't realize that this Blazers pick actually did convert this season. So we have that pick at 19, and then we picked up Christian Anderson Jr. at 14. So I'm going to go ahead and try and trade for Giannis now. Since, you know, I might as well. I have a pretty decent amount of capital to do it. I could just do that. Would they just take this? No, okay, so I have to give them at least one more really good asset, I think, which would have to be Christian Anderson Jr. I'm going to try this, and we'll see if it goes through. No, they don't do it. Nope. I could trade for Nickeil Alexander-Walker and a 2030 first-round pick from the Hawks. Is that, like, unprotected? Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and try this trade, and let's do that. Let's try and see if they will take him, Sabonis, and Christian Anderson Jr. Yeah, I was gonna put Vazelis in there, but I do want to try and keep him if I can. So we'll throw them. Wait, why can't I trade that pick? That makes no sense. Wow. Okay, so I just fumbled that. Dang. Yeah, well, that did not work out how I was hoping it would. I was hoping I'd be able to flip that 2030 Hawks pick to the Bucks, but the game is not letting me, I guess because it's a previously traded draft pick. So I'm going to hope and pray that Giannis is available on day 1 of the regular season. But if not, I will try to probably trade for Anthony Davis. And honestly, at that point, this team might be ready to contend with the roster they have at that point. So we did pick up Nickeil Alexander-Walker, though, which isn't a bad thing. I will definitely consider that an upgrade over to Sumu. So, yeah, let's go ahead and get to free agency and see who's available for me to help this team out a little bit. All right, so I did pick up the option, of course, on Vazelis' contract, and then the only qualifying offer I'm going to extend is going to be to Dalen Terry. Everyone else can go ahead and get out of here. Looking at the free agent pool, LeBron, of course, is available. It looks like he might go to the Wizards. Oh my gosh. The guys we have under contract right now, we have Giddey, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Christian Anderson Jr. No shooting guards, so I'm going to probably move Nickeil to shooting guard now, so that he can potentially slot there as our starter. He goes up to an 85 as well, so I'll definitely do that. All right, so here's the rest of the team after I made that lineup change. So Giddey as our starting point guard, Christian Anderson Jr. as our backup, Nickeil Alexander-Walker is our only shooting guard right now, and then we have Michael Porter Jr. starting at the small forward, Isaac Okoro, and Julian Phillips. Vazelis will hopefully jump up a good bit, and we'll have him as our starting power forward. I'll probably look to trade Jalen Smith during the season and Noah Senge, depending on how he progresses, I guess. We'll see. Sabonis is our only center, so definitely need a backup center. I guess we could bring Zach Collins back on a minimum. And if he doesn't work out, let's try and get Jay Huff. Because, yeah, we have a mid-level we can use. I'm not sure why it's, like, just barring us from using that. I guess we could go and get a backup shooting guard with that money. What about Quentin Grimes? No, it won't let me sign him. Won't let me sign Dort. Malik Beasley wouldn't be terrible. But we really don't have that much shooting off the bench. So let me go ahead and pick up Malik Beasley. I'll just sign him to a 1-year contract, but I'll just give him the full mid-level so he comes to the team. And, okay, just make sure we get both of them. And then Dalen Terry. Looks like I might be able to get him for somewhat cheap since he hasn't gotten an offer yet. So yeah, let me go ahead and sign him. I'll sign him for like a 3-year, $4 million. So now let's get to player progression. This is the team. Michael Porter Jr. somehow goes down 2 overalls. Nickeil Alexander is now an 84. Sabonis is down to an 83. Buzelis is an 82. And let's see, Senge is up to a 75. Dalen Terry's up to a 75. Okay, and then obviously Christian Anderson's a rookie, so he's only going to be a 73. But he should progress pretty well throughout the season. But I do want to try and trade for Giannis. So let's go ahead and get to the start of Season 2 and see what we can put together. Yep, and just like I thought, Giannis is now untouchable. I just put together a random trade just to see if they would even consider it. And as you'll see, he is untouchable. So no Giannis deal, but I might be able to try and make a trade for Anthony Davis. Let me go ahead and see what he's looking like and if it makes sense. If not, I'll look for some other targets. But for now, Anthony Davis is probably our next best option. All right, so I put together this offer with Sabonis, Jalen Smith, and our 2031 unprotected pick for AD and D'Lo. Okay, so he's not untouchable. Maybe if I could throw you another pick. Do I have any other tradable picks? Every other pick I have is untradeable. What in the world, bro? Alright, I did want to keep this somewhat realistic, but I'm not sure what's up 2Ks today, but they are definitely not letting me do that, so I'm going to fight fire with fire. Not do anything super crazy unrealistic, but I do need to get some additional assets to get Anthony Davis on the team. I'm going to go ahead and do this trade because that is actually a very valuable pick, and I might be able to do even better than Anthony Davis with that. Okay, so let's take a quick look and see who is available on the market. See, no team. Okay, John Isaac's on the trade block. Not relevant to me. I'm really trying to see who is not untouchable. Like, we could try and go for Curry and just win this in year 2. Tyrese Maxey is available. Okay. That is one I will definitely try. Yeah, I like the idea of that for sure. So let's try and go for Maxey, I guess, because that is not a bad trade. We definitely have to give up Alexander Walker. We'll give up this pick. Yeah, see, like, why is it letting me trade that one? Like, that makes no sense. Oh, wait a minute. What if I just did Sabonis in this pick? And another pick. They don't want to do that. Okay. Julian Phillips? No. I think I'm close, though. I really feel like I'm close. Let's try and flip for another first-round pick. And the Warriors will give us another first for Clint and Julian Phillips. I'm going to go ahead and do this trade. Do I want to trade Sabonis or Porter? Because for whatever reason, Porter regressed this season, even though he's only 28. His shot tendency is only a 60? Yeah, so I just had to go through all of the players' tendencies on my team because 2K does not know what they're doing when it comes to this. For example, Michael Porter had a 60 shot tendency. If you've ever watched this man play basketball, that man puts up pretty much 9 out of 10 shots he gets a look at. So I bumped his up to a 90 with an 85 touch, Giddey 85 shot tendency, and I'm going to bump his touch up to 95. And then what's his dish to open man tendency? How is that only a 40? This man in real life is averaging like 9.5 assists. I don't get what 2K is doing sometimes, man. So this is the updated rotation as of right now if I don't trade for Maxey. But I really do think if I traded Alexander Walker for Maxey right now, I might be able to just win this sim in year 2. Now, this is like risking it for the biscuit, because if I trade both of these picks, I know they're going to do this deal. Like, I know for sure they will do this. I'm going to offer. They don't want it. Wow. So I've been laving the trade machine here for probably the last 30-40 minutes, and these are still the only 2 trades that I was able to find. So I'm going to go ahead and get the rotation set for the season and sim a few games, see how we start. If we're doing solid, I might not make any other trades this season, and then hopefully we can pick up somebody in free agency. But if not, I will definitely let you guys know if I find any deals to help this team get closer to a championship. Okay, so this is going to be the rotation we run to start this season. We have Giddey starting at point guard. Nickeil Alexander-Walker is our starting shooting guard, with MPJ, Buzelis, and Sabonis at the 3, 4, and 5. Malik Beasley will be our 6th man. Jalen Smith, one of our backup bigs. And then Dalen Terry in the rotation with Zach Collins. And then Christian Anderson Jr. getting a few minutes in his rookie season. So, yeah, I'm going to send maybe like 15 or so games and see how the team's doing, and then we'll go from there. We are 7-7, though. MPJ is having a pretty solid start to the season, since he actually has somewhat accurate tendencies now. What's the bonus averaging now? 14, 8, and 5. Okay. Maxey is still not untouchable. I need to capitalize on that while it's still the case, because at some point he definitely will be. Okay, he's actually gone down in overall slightly. I'm gonna offer you this pick. They don't. Man, if they don't take this, no way. Ooh, ooh, that's the trade right there. We keep our pick, but we give up Sabonis and Colby Jones for Ja Morant and Santi Aldama. I am doing that trade before they change their mind. Welcome Ja to Chicago. And now we'll have Ja Morant, Giddey, Michael Porter, Santi Aldama, and our biggest issue now is finding a better center. Okay, so with the team at 7-7 and just now picking up Ja Morant for the team, I'm going to go ahead and sim past December 20th, which is when a bunch of players will become eligible for trade. And I'm going to do that by trading Santi Aldama and our 2027 first-round pick, which is still 2.5-star value. And then we also do have... Wait, no, just kidding. We don't have any other picks to trade. So we're going to get to December 20th, and at December 20th, we are 13-13, so we go 6-6. All right, I'm going to go ahead and do this trade. Isaac Okoro is definitely not an offensive player. He's only averaging 7.6 points this season so far. And Malik Monk, who's kind of just rotting on the Kings bench right now in real life, is averaging 13.4 in just under 23 minutes a game. So I'm going to go ahead and do this trade so that we can essentially flip him in the rotation for Dalen Terry. But I'm going to go ahead and trade Dalen Terry and try to get some first-round draft picks back. Okay, the Clippers are going to give me 2 firsts for Dalen Terry. I'm taking that before anything changes. Let's go ahead and do that. All right, I think I'm going to pivot and go back to my original plan, which was picking up Walker Kessler from the Jazz. And I could probably get him for a little bit cheaper now that I have those Clippers picks. So let's try and do that instead. So I'll give them 1 pick. Give them 2 picks, and they do it. Okay, so we pick up Walker Kessler. Here's the updated rotation after that trade for Kessler. Now, the only other thing that I can think of to help this team in this current season is maybe doing... Heck, I don't even know what I'm talking about, man. It depends on how Porter does, I guess. I'm going to go ahead and go to the trade deadline, see how Porter's performing at that point, and if he's still kind of around like the 20-point mark, I'm going to see if I can flip him for someone better, but I'll get to you guys back in February. Before I sim any games, I forgot to mention before I did that Giddey is still injured, so when he comes back, we will have a pretty solid rotation with him back in the lineup. But yeah, let me go ahead and get to the trade deadline and see what the team looks like at that point. Alright, I'm sorry, I cannot do this video with injuries being on because it seems like every other day there is someone in the top of my rotation getting injured, which I would say is realistic, but also the amount of players around the league that are getting injured is just absolutely insane. So I'm going to go ahead and turn them off. Let me guys know if you guys want to see that turned on in future videos, but for now, I just don't really think it makes sense to have them on with the amount of them that we're seeing so far this video. Alright, so after injuries have been turned off, I was looking at trades again, and I found this one for Jakob Poeltl, who's averaging, so far this season, 9 points, 8 boards, and just over a block a game and 26 minutes a game. and I'm going to be getting him in return for pretty much 2 guys that aren't playing too much. So I'm going to go ahead and do this trade and get a solid backup center for this team. Okay, I think for the future, I'm going to keep my camera up here when I'm doing the rotation, just so you guys can kind of see the stats of the team as well. And as you can see, we are 500 across the board, 9-9 at home, 7-7 away. But this is the updated rotation after that trade for Pirtle. So John Morant starting at the point guard, then Josh Giddey, Michael Porter Jr., Matas Buzelis, Walker Kessler, and then we have Alexander Walker, Pirtle, Malik Beasley, and Malik Monk all off the bench. So we're pretty solid overall. Now let's go ahead and sim to the trade deadline and see how the team is doing at that point. All right, so here we are at the trade deadline, and as you can see, the team went 14-3 since the last point I was at in this sim. So I think the trades are starting to work out, especially with injuries turned off. It just makes this so unmanageable. Looking at the player stats, Ja's averaging 26-8, MPJ still averaging 20.5, 6.5, and 3. Josh Giddey's averaging a near triple-double, 19, 8, and 10. Buzelis averaging 16 and 4. Naw averaging 15 off the bench, as well as Malik Monk averaging 14. Kessler's averaging 9, 11, and 2.4 blocks. So yeah, this team is very well-rounded with the trades I've made to this point. I don't know if I'm going to make any for the rest of the season, just with how well we're doing. Okay, so I tried to make some offers for Jalen Duren from the Lakers, but they were not taking anything. So I think with how well the team is doing, I'm just going to go ahead and sim through the rest of the season. And hopefully with how we're doing right now, we are the 3rd seed in the East. We can take a look at the rest of the conference as well. We have a chance at the 1st seed with how everyone else is doing. The Raptors are 32-19, Pacers are 31-19, so we're only a game back from 1st seed. Luckily, we're in the East, which means we're going to have some pretty weak comp. But the Warriors are 45-8. What is going on there? Kuminga finally starting to perform. Curry's averaging 33 as a 38-year-old. He's turning 39 this season, I think, too. So we do have to worry about the Warriors and the Lakers primarily. I would say those are our 2 biggest teams of concern. Luka's averaging 31, 6, and 10. Cool. Yeah, let's go ahead and get to the end of the season and see how we finish. All right, here we are at the end of the 2nd season, and as you can see, we have clinched the 1st seed in the East in year 2. We are averaging 127 points, giving up 121, which is honestly not the worst in the conference, but it's definitely not the best. Scoring, obviously, we're number 1. So in the West, the best teams are, I mean, there's really like 5 teams you could argue are better than us. Let's go ahead and take a look at the player stats before I finish the season. Ja averaged 24, 3, and 9. MPJ averaged 26 and 3. Josh Giddey averaged 19, 8, and 10. Kessler doing his thing, blocking some shots. Buzelis averaging 16. Nickeil Alexander-Walker is going to average 15 for the season. And then Malik Monk and Beasley, really nice pieces at the end of the bench for us. So, yeah, I'm very impressed with this team. Let's go ahead and see if we can finish with one more win. Nope, it's all right, though. We do finish as the 1st seed. Wemby's MVP. Darren Peterson is Rookie of the Year. Damn, he averaged 24, 7, and 8 almost as a rookie. Sabonis wins 6th Man of the Year. Congratulations to you, buddy. Wemby wins Defensive Player, and then Connect wins Most Improved. Jokic wins Clutch Player, and then Steve Kerr is your Coach of the Year. All right, and we do also get Ja Morant on the 3rd team, which is nice. And Walker Kessler makes All-Defensive 2nd team. Woohoo! All right, I'm going to go ahead and sim past the play-in here, and I'm going to hope and pray that we can just win this season and get this challenge over with, because I have been grueling in this trade finder trying to help this team out. Now, the one thing I do want to do before we sim any games is figure out this rotation for the playoffs. It looks like they want to take some minutes away from Monk and Beasley, which I'm not super mad at if it means we get our starters, at least our better starters, some more minutes. So let's see what they do with the auto. Ja Morant 38, I'm going to keep that for sure. I think I want Josh Giddey to get some more minutes. I'm going to take some minutes away from Kessler. Nickeil Alexander, I'm going to take just a couple from you. And then, do I want to go with an 8-man? Or should I keep, because Malik Monk, he had an excellent season. 56, 46, and 86 splits. He honestly might play over, yeah, why is he not playing over Malik Beasley? I'm going to give him like 10 minutes. I'm going to bump Monk up just a little bit. I'm going to get Giddy up a little bit. I'm going to bump Porter's minutes up. Buzelis, I can bump him. And then, yeah, let's just make sure we have the best guys on the court at all times as much as possible. We're going to bump the help defense up just a little bit since we have Kessler in the paint now. And I'm going to focus the defense on that as well since he is one of the better shot blockers in the league. We'll do some crash. And let's go ahead and start simming this first round. Game 1, we take against the Knicks. We also win Game 2. We're going to lose Game 3. We win Game 4. And lose Game 5. Okay, we don't have to go to Game 7. That's great. Now we're playing the Raptors in the second round. Let's go ahead and send the rest of these playoffs in the first round. So Pacers and Celtics on the other side for us. And then in the West, Golden State and the Timberwolves. And then San Antonio and Dallas. Let's see how we match against Toronto. So they have Quickly, RJ, Brandon Ingram, Scotty, and Zach Collins. Okay, so they really pretty much just have their starting lineup minus Pirtle from real life. Okay, do I need to make any adjustments here? They want to take Giddy's minutes down. Well, okay, let's see how everyone else is doing first before I touch minutes again. So, okay, Ja's averaging 28 and 8. Buzelis averaged 20 and 6 in the first round. So did Porter. Giddy averaged almost a triple-double. Nickeil Alexander-Walker didn't have a great first round, but it didn't matter. We won at 6. Malik Monk, I think, might deserve a few more minutes than what he got. And then Pirtle was okay. I think I'm going to take some minutes away from Pirtle. I'm going to put him down to like 15. I'm going to bump Monk up just a little bit. And I'm going to take Beasley. I don't want to take him out of the rotation completely, but I'm going to bump Nickeil Alexander-Walker's minutes down a little bit. We're going to give Kessler 30. I can probably bump Buzelis up a bit. I'll bump Porter down. I'm going to keep him there. I'm going to give Morant 39. I can bump Kessler up just a little bit more and then give Buzelis 33. Now let's sim this game by game and see how this new rotation does. We win Game 1. We lose Game 2. I'm going to go ahead and simcast Game 3 just in case. Okay, close game still. We're taking the lead. We're giving it up. And we blow Game 3. We lose by 10. That is not good, because now if we lose this game, we're going to be down 3-1. Let's give this one more auto adjustment. I'm going to go with 8-man rotation here, and hopefully we can take Game 4 and not have to worry about losing this series. Okay, another close game. Okay, we are going to pull away in this one, and we take Game 4. Okay, wow, Ja Morant had a huge game. Let's go ahead and adjust this again, but I'm going to go back to a 9-man. Take the utilization down a little bit, though. Any major changes? No. I think the main thing is I just want to take some minutes away from Hurdle. And, okay, Malik Monk, you can sit a little bit more. Giddy, let's do that. Because, yeah, Ja needs to play. For sure. Oh, wait, before I do that. Play through star. Do I want to change that? I think I'll keep that at what it's at. And then in terms of rebounding, we probably could just limit transition instead, because we really don't have a great rebounding starting lineup aside from Kessler and Porter. Now let's see if we can take Game 5. Come on, do not lose this game at home. Please, please, please come back. Okay. All right, we're down 2 with 1:13. I'm going to go ahead and jump into this one and see if we can come back. Okay, he's going to get a screen from Kessler. He's going to throw it to Collins for the steal. Okay, we need a quick 3. We'll see if this works out. Get it to Porter. Get it to Porter in the corner. It's going to get to Kessler. He's going to show it. Okay, Giddy for 3. Oh my gosh, let me drop Game 5. Honestly, thinking about it though, I'm not going to be too bummed if we lose this season. Let's go ahead and get into Game 6 and see if we can squeak by. We choke. And the Raptors come from behind to take us out in round 2. I do really like the makeup of this team, though. So let's go ahead and get into Season 3. All right, I'm pulling out all the stops here. We're going to pick up the GOAT, the legendary Michael Stauffer as our head coach. As you can see, he has a ton of Golden Hall of Fame coach badges, so that's probably going to help with the team's overalls going into next season. But yeah, we're going to replace Billy Donovan with Mike Stauffer. So my main points of emphasis for this offseason are re-signing MPJ. I'm going to try and swing Pirtle, who is on a 3-year, $84 million contract, for some type of upgrade on the bench. Malik Monk will probably walk. And we're really banking on the progression of Christian Anderson Jr. here, who's going to be going into his second season. But everything else for this team I really do like. Obviously, John Morant, trading for him was huge for the team. Josh Giddey's probably going to progress decently this offseason as well. So let me see what kind of trades I can make for Pirtle, and then we'll go ahead and get into free agency. Psych! Yeah, you know what? I'm going to stick to my word, and we're just going to roll with this team going into the season. Barring any free agent signings, I'll see you guys at the start of Season 3. We went ahead and brought back Michael Porter Jr. for an absolute deal. Signed him for $9 million. I'm not sure how that was possible, but I'm going to take it. We signed Derek Lively to 3 for $47 million, and then Jake LaRavia as the backup small forward for 4.5 a year. Here's how the team progressed through the offseason. John Morant is now a 90. Josh Giddey is an 87. MPJ is still an 85. Buzelis is an 84. Kessler's still an 84. Nickeil Alexander-Walker is an 83. Derek Lively, of course, an 82. And then Christian Anderson Jr. jumped up 5 to a 78. And Jake LaRavia is a 78 as well. It's probably going to be the majority of the rotation. Okay, so after struggling to find a trade here to start the season, I think I'm going to do the same thing as last and just sim through a few games. And then hopefully we can find a better trade piece later. I'm going to go ahead and move my camera. All right, we're going to send 10 games in here and see how the team does to start the season. Okay. 4-1. Oh, we have to sign somebody. You know what? Screw it. Let's get Bull. Welcome to the Bulls. Okay, so we're 8-2. Okay, let's see how everyone's doing so far. Ja's averaging 23 and 10 almost. MPJ's averaging 21-4. Giddey's averaging pretty much the same stats as last year. Buzelis is averaging 20 now. Okay, that's nice. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, he's averaging 12. Lively's averaging 10 and 7. Kessler's averaging 8, 10, and 1.6 blocks. And then LaRavia's not really doing a whole lot. He's also shooting absolutely terribly. So midway through December, we're 18 and 8. Still averaging over 130 points per game. That's absolutely wild. So I need to figure out my defense. And the biggest hole there would probably be MPJ. If we can figure out some way to flip him for a better defensive wing. Not that I don't love MPJ and what he's done for us, but his defense is definitely not the tier that we need. Now, Dyson Daniels. Well, he's a 54-3, ouch. But if we brought him in the starting lineup as our small forward, oh man, his defense is insane. We're going to bring Dyson Daniels to Chicago. All right, and the new rotation will be obviously Ja and Giddey at the point and shooting guard. Dyson Daniels is our small forward. Montas Buzelis is our 4. Lively starting as the 5 with Kessler off the bench. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Christian Anderson, and Corey Kispert. And okay, let's go ahead and sim a few more games and see how we do. Okay, so as of right now in the sim, we are 39 and 12, number 1 in the East. On a 10-game win streak currently as well. So I'm going to probably not make any more trades for the rest of the season, seeing as we're doing so well, and we do still have 2 more seasons to get something done. So I'll go ahead and get to the end of the season and let you guys know how we finished. Okay, so we've reached the end of Season 3, currently 65 and 16, and our defense has improved a metric ton since the couple trades we made, especially for Dyson Daniels. But in the West, the Thunder have the same record as us at 65 and 16. And to top it all off, we play them as the last game of the regular season, so this is to determine who has the best record in the NBA. Let's go ahead and simcast this game against them as well and see what happens. I have a good feeling that we are going to take this game from them, and as we pull away, we are absolutely destroying them at home. And we are going to take that one by 22 points. Ja had 29 and 11. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, 26 and 3. Buzelis, 25 and 8. Yeah, this team is just filling the stat sheet in every regard. Lively with 3 steals and 3 blocks. Holy heck. Victor Wembanyama wins MVP. I was kind of hoping for Ja there. But Stefan Joksimovic, I'm going to guess I pronounced that correctly, wins Rookie of the Year. AJ DeBonsa, 6th Man of the Year, even though he was... Oh, never mind. He's not a Rookie this year. Wemby wins Defensive Player of the Year. Cam Boozer, Most Improved. So yeah, we get no awards aside for Coach of the Year, of course, and Executive of the Year. And looking at the All-NBA teams, let's see if Ja made one of these. Gideon might have made one as well, like maybe 3rd team. Yeah, they both made 3rd team. So yeah, Ja finished averaging 26.5 and 8.5. Giddy averaged almost a triple-double with 19.5, 8 rebounds, and 11 assists. All defensive teams, Dyson Daniels, of course, on the 1st team. And I think that's going to do it for our awards. Yeah, obviously we are the 1st seed. I really don't see any team taking us out in the East. It's really going to come down to us and the Thunder, I think. But let's take a look at the rest of the team stats before we get into the playoffs. So the Zealots ended up averaging 22. Nickeil Alexander averaged 14.5. Lively 13 and 8. I think I definitely made the right choice starting him over Kessler, who had a decent season, but only averaged 9 and 9 off the bench, I should say, with 1.5 blocks. Christian Anderson, if we have to go into a 4th season, he's going to be huge for us. I definitely don't think I'm going to trade him at this point, and I'm glad I didn't decide to. Jake LaRavia finished with a pretty solid stat line for only playing 13 minutes a game. Took a huge roll cut coming to Chicago. But let's go ahead and see who we're playing in the 1st round. We are playing the Sixers, who we pretty much dominated throughout the regular season. Let's see, we take game 1, take game 2, take game 3, and hopefully this one is a sweep, and it is. And we are playing the Wizards in the 2nd round. I'm not sure who they have as of right now. They've got KPJ, Trey Johnson, Keyshawn George, Cam Boozer, and Alex Sarr. That might be a decently difficult matchup, but I'm going to, yeah, I'm probably just going to cut Jake LaRavia's minutes out of here, turn this down just a tad, and yeah, now we've got Ja playing 40, Giddy playing 36. I will keep him at 15 for now. I'm going to bring Kessler down. Lively can get 30 for sure. He's been great this season. I'll take Ja down just a smidge, and then we can give Anderson a few more minutes too. And yeah, okay, I like this. Now let's go ahead and go game by game in this series. We do take game 1, we take game 2, we take game 3, we might sweep the Wizards as well, and we do. We're playing the Pacers in the conference finals, who I'm guessing I obviously still have Halliburton. And they have Darren Peterson, I forgot about that, along with Benedict Mather and Pascal Siakam and Mitchell Robinson as their center. Ooh, okay, and the Warriors in the conference finals with Giannis and Curry. So we're either playing the Thunder or the Warriors this season. I'm not too thrilled about that, but let's go ahead and see what ends up happening here in this series. We lose game 1 to the Pacers. We lose game 2. Yikes. What adjustments are they trying to make? They're trying to put Kessler in the starting lineup over Lively. And I'm not really sure why. How has he been doing? Did he have a couple bad games? Or yeah, he kind of did. And then what about Kessler? Yeah, I mean, we can try it. I'm going to go ahead and simcast this game, though, because I am kind of scared we might blow it. Well, let's see. Hopefully we do not go down 3-0 as a 66-16 team. No way, dude. We're actually going to go down 3-0 to the Pacers. All right, let's see if we can come back down 3-0. That would be insane, but very unlikely at this point, I would say, how hot the Pacers are. Let's see. Come on. Please do not get swept. 36 seconds. No shot, right? Wow. We get swept in the conference finals in a year that I thought we were for sure going to at least make the finals. As Giannis is your West and Darren Peterson is your East finals MVPs. Let's see what happens in this series. The Warriors take it in 5. And now we're back to the drawing board potentially, but I really hope that we can just keep this team together and just get to the finals next season without making too many moves. All right, so I'm here in the draft lottery. We do have a chance at the number 1 pick, I guess a combined 4.5% chance. So let's go ahead and see what happens here. Number 14 is going to go to the Raptors. I think we were the 12th for the first pick we own. So let's see. Okay, Pistons. Now, if we get a jump here, that is massive. And we don't. Okay, so definitely picking at 12. That was from Cleveland. Let's see the Hornets. They're going to pick 11. Now, if this pick jumps, that would be insane. I don't know if we even get to keep this pick. No, but it goes to the Knicks because I think it might have been... If it was top 10 protected, that kind of sucks because it literally landed at 10. So yeah, we just get the 12th pick. Oh, wait. Oh, we had Brooklyn's pick too, which was 7th. I completely forgot about that pick. So yeah, we have the 7th and 12th picks in this draft. I've definitely got to do something with those. Jokic is available. Hold on. Nah, all bets are off with that one. I'm definitely gonna try for Jokic. What the heck? Let's see. So we would definitely have to give up those 2 picks at a minimum. Now, if we gave you Dyson, I'll give you another first. I'll give you a different first, and then I'll also give you Kessler. Oh my God. We just traded for Jokic. This video might be over this season. I don't know. What? They actually traded me Jokic. He is 33, but man, he just had like 3 back-to-back seasons of MVP. Yeah, he's got 4 of them. So, oh, I guess he only had 1 so far in this video because Wemby. All right, so the main 2 signings we made this offseason are just bringing Ja Morant and Montas Buzelis back. We also did pick up Derek Jones Jr. All right, so this is the roster going into this season. You know, no regression from Jokic, so that's massive. Ja Morant's still a 90. Josh Giddey's still an 86, not too bad. Buzelis is up to an 85. Nikhil is an 83. Christian Anderson Jr. is probably going to be our 6th man. I'll probably move Nikhil to small forward. And then the rest of our bench will be Lively, Kisper, and Laravia. So yeah, I'm really loving this team. Let's go ahead and start next season. Okay, I know what I just said, but I actually have an idea of how to make this lineup work. Let's see if they accept it. They do. And we pick up Porzingis to pair alongside Jokic. So this is what I'm going to do. I am going to move Buzelis to small forward. He goes up to an 88. I wish I would have done that earlier. Because now, if we move Porzingis to power forward, he does go down slightly. But now we can do a lineup with Morant, Giddey, Buzelis, Porzingis, and Jokic. All right, so the new rotation after the Porzingis trade is going to be Ja Morant, Josh Giddey, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Montas Buzelis, Jokic, Porzingis, Christian Anderson Jr., Jake LaRavia, and then Derek Jones rounding out the end of the bench. I'm super excited to see how this team does. Let's go ahead and sim, I guess... I'll sim to like January 1st, and I'll let you guys know how the team's doing by then. Alright, so I was really hoping to be able to say we were the best team in the league past January 1st, but that is not the truth. While we are the 1st seed in the East, we do have to worry about the Spurs and Wemby, who are beating teams by an average of 20 points per game, and Wemby is averaging just the most absurd stat line ever, 30, 12, 5, and then 2.5 blocks, a steal. Shooting 60, 47, 90 almost. Like, that man is quite literally not from this planet. But yeah, we are 26 and 10. Let's go ahead and take a look at our guys' stats while we are on the subject. So Jokic is only averaging 20, 10, and 7. Giddey is pretty much averaging the guard version of that. And then Ja Morant's leading the team in scoring. So I think for this team to be the best version of itself, I need to bring Jokic's shot tendency up a ton for sure. I'm going to bring Ja's down, and then Buzelis can come up now that there's no MPJ. Should have probably done that last season. I'm going to take Giddey's down, and he can stay at... Well, I want him getting slightly more touches than Ja, I think, just from like a facilitating perspective. What's he averaging? 12 and a half. Since he is starting, I'm going to reduce that. I'm also going to reduce Chris Stapps a little bit. He's still averaging pretty good numbers, though, for being a 6th man, pretty much. Let's see, who else? Christian Anderson Jr. I'm going to let that rock out. Honestly, I might even bump that up since he's like the first guy off the bench. Alongside Porzingis. Let's see. Anyone else I need to tweak? I guess I'll bring his shot tendency up just a little bit. And then everything else should be good. Yeah, honestly, I'm not going to make any more trades. I'm just going to go ahead and sim through the rest of the season. And hopefully we can finish even better than last, because we were 66 and 16 last season. Let's try to make it 67 and 15 at least. Just wanted to stop the simulation to say, I think when you beat the all-time win streak record for the regular season, that's a pretty good sign of good things to come, as we're also beating teams by 20 points per game. The Spurs did come back down to earth a little bit, thankfully. But yeah, we are just absolutely on a tear. I don't really see any team stopping us at this point, but knock on wood, let's hope that is actually the case and we can win a championship this season. All right, so we do finish with the record that I had predicted is 67 and 15. First seed overall in the East is Wemby wins another MVP. CJ Ross, Rookie of the Year. Sixth Man of the Year was Derek Lively. His scoring went up a ton when I traded him. Of course, right? Victor Wembanyama, Defensive Player of the Year. Most Improved goes to Elijah Arenas. And then it was the Clutch Player of the Year. And of course, we won Coach of the Year again. Jokic is on the All-NBA first team. But this is what I'm worried about. The Warriors have Luka and Giannis now. I'm not sure how I feel about that. But Josh Giddey makes second team. We might see Ja on third team, and we do. Any all defensive guys for us? No, we traded all of them away. Yeah, this is going to be a tough one. Getting to the finals should not be hard this season, okay? It's going to be when we get to the finals, and depending on who we play, that might go south real quick. But let's go ahead and see. We're playing Boston in the first round. That's definitely a tough team as they win game 1. We do take game 2. We win game 3. Let's go ahead and get them out of here in 5, please. I don't want to play around with them. Okay, and we do beat them in 5. We're playing Atlanta in the second round, and all the favorites in the West advance, so I was really hoping for someone to get upset there. Atlanta wins game 1. I probably should make a change in rotation here. They do want to start Porzingis, so I'm not mad at it. But the thing is, we're not going to really have a backup center, so we'll just have to be very careful with that. Jokic averaging pretty solid numbers for the playoffs. Who is dragging us down? I mean, not really. I mean, we lost one game in the series. Let's go ahead and simcast this one just to be safe. Okay. Come on. I mean, we did win 34 straight games at one point in the regular season. And thankfully, we clutched that one out. Okay, Jokic has a crazy 22, 13, and 15 game. I say crazy like that's not literally almost what he averages in real life, if not better numbers. Okay, game 2. I'm feeling a little more comfortable. I might just through these next couple because, yeah, we just destroyed the Hawks there by almost 30 points. And, yeah, almost 2 triple doubles, too, from Giddey and Jokic. That would be a crazy combo in real life, I'm not going to lie. Wait, I just said I'm missing. Let's do that. Okay, we're up 3-1. And let's go and close this one up, please. Okay. Whew. Okay. We are in the conference finals. We're playing the Wizards. They have a pretty similar team to last season, except I don't think they had a Sar Thompson last season. Of course, yeah. It's either the Spurs or Warriors coming out of the West, so that's not good for us. How did they finish? Yeah, Warriors were 67 and 15. Spurs 61 and 21. I mean, I don't want to say we were far better than the Warriors because we really weren't far better, but I'm hoping. Okay, I'm going to shorten the rotation as well. So now we have Jokic and Morant playing about 40 minutes a game. I'm going to bring Buzelis up. I am going to start Nikhil just because I'm worried that playing Jokic too much might lead to his stamina going too low. But I'm going to play him 40 minutes anyways. Okay. Now, let's see if we can take them down and go to the finals. We win game 1. We win game 2. We win game 3. And we are in the finals. Now, let's see who we're playing. The Spurs win game 4 of that series. The Warriors win game 5. And it's going to be Luka and Giannis versus Jokic, Giddey, and Ja Morant. Oh my gosh, what a matchup. Let's see. I really don't want to make too many changes. So let's keep that how it was. I'm probably, if anything, I'm going to bump Jokic's minutes up, and I'll bring Ja to about 40 minutes as well. Yeah, Christian Anderson, you're not really playing that well this playoffs anyways, and I don't think we don't need 3 point guards in the rotation. So let me get... How's Laravia? Oh, he's been terrible. Yikes. Derek Jones Jr. also terrible. Yikes. Keon Ellis really didn't play a whole lot, so I could probably run him instead. I'll give him like 12 minutes. I want to give, yeah, I want Jokic on the floor like as much as possible. So let's go ahead and do that and sim this first game. I know this is going to be a tough series, but hopefully we get some jump ins. Okay, let's see. This is a close game. They're starting to pull away a little bit here. And let's see, can we bring it back? Nope, we lose by 10 in game 1. That sucks. Let's see if game 2 is any different. Man, Luka and Giannis on the same team would be absolutely insane. Come on, let's bring this one back. Come on. I want to be able to jump into at least one of these games. Can we do something? Can we, like, do something? Wow. They just blew that game. They scored 16 points in the 4th. What are these guys averaging in the finals so far? I'm curious. They're probably... Luka's averaging 31 and 12. Giannis averaging 28 and 13. Yeah, we got to make something shake here because this Warriors team is no joke. Let's see. Can we take this game, please? Or are we just gonna get blown out? Wait. Wow, we lost by 3. They almost came back. And we're down 3-0 to the Warriors with Luka and Giannis. Are we just gonna get swept? Okay. All right, it's not over yet. We win by 17 in game 4. Jokic with a big game. Let's see. What else can I really even do? Like, what did Porzingis do in the game he started? He had 17. Okay. Maybe starting him is the answer here. Game 5. Not looking good. Looking pretty tragic. As we lose to the Warriors in 5. And Giannis is your finals MVP. Wow. Yeah, I definitely didn't say anything about winning the championship this year. I don't recall that. Anyways, we have one more season to get this one done. I'm going to have to see what I can do to break this Warriors team because I have a feeling it's going to be them again in the finals next year. All right, so here in free agency, no trades are made during the draft. I just re-signed Giddey, re-signed Porzingis, re-signed Nickeil Alexander-Walker, and then I also picked up Chris Murray for really cheap, and then also Miles Turner, who will probably regress, but if I can use him as our backup big and keep Porzingis in the starting lineup, I will. But Porzingis is probably going to regress a little bit too. I just realized he's 34 as well. Let's go ahead and get into player progression and see. Okay, so Jokic goes down by 2. Morant's up to a 91. Buzelis goes up to an 88. I think a lot of that was just me changing his position. Porzingis does go down slightly. Christian Anderson is up to an 82. Miles Turner doesn't regress at all, so that's good. His three-point shot actually went up a little bit. Everyone else, like Chris Murray, he'll definitely be in the rotation off the bench. I'm probably going to look to move at least these two guys and then potentially Porzingis as well to upgrade our power forward. Or I can upgrade our small forward and bring Buzelis back to the 4. But yeah, I'll try to put together a trade for that, and then we're going to go ahead and sim through this 5th and final season. All right, so I did find this trade for 2 of our guards that aren't going to get any PT and a first-round pick in 2034. We're going to trade for Carter Bryant in this 2031st from the Pelicans, and that will help bolster our wing position off the bench. And we had to sign a player to get our roster above 14, so I figured why not bring Pat Williams back and potentially get him a ring here as an original member of this Bulls regime. So past January 1st, we are 33-5, by far our best start of the season for this video. We're beating teams by an average of 16 points. The next closest team to us in the conference is the Hawks at 25-9. In the West, both the Spurs and the Warriors have tailed off just a tad, not all the way, but enough for me to feel confident that we can actually win the championship this year. I guess I can sim a little further and confirm whether or not I need to make any trades, and then we'll go from there. All right, so we're gonna do this trade. Now you're probably asking, why am I doing this trade? Well, I'm about to show you, because I came up with the idea of trading for Zingis, Nikhil Alexander-Walker, and now Mitchell Robinson, 2 first-round picks. Yeah, 2 first-round picks for, wait for it, let me go to the right team. Conconnipple. Now I'm going to take their cheapest contract. They are getting an absolute haul in this trade. Like, they have to accept this, surely. They don't. Okay. Because, yeah, now he's a clean 3-star. Could also give you Pat Williams. Where's Con at? Okay. Need to make up 15 million cap room. Unfortunately, that's got to be Nikhil. Yeah, it's got to be Nikhil. I'll take your cheapest guy. They don't want to do it, that's fine. I'll give you this pick. So they don't want to do it, that's fine. And they do it. We pick up Conconnipple. Let's freaking go. And let's take a look at what the rotation is going to look like now. Like I said, Conconnipple, he is a Milwaukee, Wisconsin native, so he's just a couple hours north from Chicago. Let's go ahead and see. So now we have Ja Morant, Giddey, Knipple, Matas Buzelis, and Jokic with Christian Anderson Jr., Carter, and also Christian Anderson Jr. I'm pretty sure he is from Chicago as well. Carter Bryant, Miles Turner, and Chris Murray rounding out the bench. Nobody below an 80 overall. And we still have Mitchell Robinson. I just realized that. I didn't even have to trade him as a part of that. So we have another center if we need to replace Turner for whatever reason. But yeah, I'm really liking this team now. I'm going to go ahead and try and finish out this season once I make some tweaks to the minutes. And then we will go ahead and see how we end this challenge. Alright, so we do once again finish 67-15 as we close out this final season. Luka wins MVP. Tony Garmo wins Rookie of the Year. 6th Man of the Year goes to Christian Anderson Jr. I gotta show you guys this one game he saw. I have to show you guys this one game I saw that he had. I just like randomly looked at the box score. Let me see if I can find it. It was this game. He had... Okay, he also did this. 34, 6 and 6 off the bench, cool. He scored 42 points, 8 boards, and 18 assists off the bench and had 10 threes. It almost made me start him for the rest of the season, but I'm just going to leave it how it is for now. Reese Shea wins the Cup MVP, cool. Warriors win Executive of the Year. We win Coach of the Year. No All-NBA first team for us. We do get Jokic on the second team, and then Ja is on the third team, so no Giddey this season there. And that's going to do it for All-NBA honors. So we're going to be playing the Pacers in the first round. Let me take a close look at their lineup just to make sure I'm not screwing around. Yeah, so they have Tyrese and Darren Peterson. The rest of their team is pretty trash. I will adjust the rotation, probably go down to an 8-man lineup. Let's see what they do with that. So now we have Ja, Giddey, Knipple, Carter Bryant starting. Definitely not bringing Buzelis off the bench. That would be so stupid. I'm going to give Christian Anderson a good amount of minutes, though. I'm going to take Turner's minutes down. Jokic is going to get 40. Giddey's going to get a bunch. And then Knipple. How did he do for us once he came to the team? I didn't even really look at that. He still averaged 23 points for the season, so his score didn't go down too much. I do need to get Buzelis a few more minutes, so I'll take Carter Bryant. I'll take Carter Bryant's minutes down, and let's go ahead and see what we do here in round 1 against the Pacers. Game 1 is a W. Game 2 is an L. Game 3 is a W. Game 4 goes to us, and we take Game 5, move on to play Knipple's former team in Charlotte. Dang, I was really hoping for an upset there with the Warriors. We take Game 1 of this series, take Game 2, take Game 3, take Game 4, conference finals for us, and playing the Wizards. And once again, we have to worry about either the Spurs or the Warriors coming out of the West. But I feel like our team is much more equipped to mess with this team this year. But let's go ahead and see if we can beat the Wizards in a rematch. They take Game 1 and Game 2. Are you kidding me? There's no way I can run that, bro. Like, absolutely no way I can run that. This is like... There's no way I'm doing that. There's just no way. Alright, I made some changes to the rotation. I'm really hoping that we do not go down 3-0 to this team. That would be an absolute buzzkill to end this video. Let's see, game 3, it's a close one starting off. Let's see if we can pull away here and go down 2-1. Please do not blow this. Please do not blow this. Okay. Come on. Clutch up, please. Okay, we're tied with 47 seconds left. I'm definitely about to go ahead and jump into this one. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. All right, this is huge. Let's see what they do here. They have Kobe White on the team. They inbound it to Stokes. Gets to Anunoby. He bangs a 3. What are we doing on defense? Why are we leaving him wide open? Giddey's going to get the ball. Jokic going up court. Surely we're going to get something to go here. Giddey shoots a fadeaway. I cannot believe what I'm watching, dude. Carter Bryant's got a good defense, but he's going to get absolutely dunked on, bro. And I have a feeling we're about to lose game 3. Yep, and just like that, we lose by 5. I cannot believe that. Giddey, 28, 6 and 6. Jokic, 28, 17 and 6. Wasn't enough. Christian Anderson to triple-double off the bench. Morant, you were terrible. Concanable, you kind of did okay. Oh my gosh. Matas, bro, what are you doing, bro? You fouled out in 18 minutes. Like, is that what happened? Did I see that right? Yeah, no. And Turner fouled out. Holy. Okay. I guess I forgot to turn foul outs off. At this point, though, I'm not going to change it. We're down 3-0. Wow. I'm going to shorten the rotation again. I guess it's just going to be Matas off the bench. Honestly, after that game, bro, you deserve to come off the bench. No backup center. I'm going to take his minutes down. We need Jokic in there for every second possible. I'm going to take his minutes down slightly and make sure Giddey gets a good amount of minutes. And Vazelis, you can get some minutes cut too. Yeah, this is going to be a tough game, but let's see if we can take it. A 3-0 comeback to make the finals. Can we do it, please? Please, please, please. Come on, dude. Do not do this to me. Come on. Come on, boys. All right, we're down 3-1. 3 more games to go. Can we do it? Okay, we're at home for this game. That's big. I think we're going to take this one. Please don't choke it. Please don't choke. 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 Okay. All right. Down 3-2. Okay, please don't choke. 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 Please do not choke. Please, please, please. Please do not choke this. I'm going to jump in with 13 seconds left. All right, they brought this all the way back from 3-0. If we can take this game and go back to Chicago tied 3-3, OG, What is it with OG just drilling from that spot? Oh my gosh, get a bucket here, please. Do something. Christian Anderson. Alright, I'm not gonna lie. At this point, I was over all the BS that 2K was throwing my way. As you guys will see through, I'm gonna kind of speed through some of the footage here. But we ended up losing to the Wizards, and I'm gonna go ahead and stop on this shot that just kind of broke the straw on the camel's back for me. Help on that, and that's gonna be a wide open 3. And then as you'll see, I tried pulling out every stop possible. I reset my game multiple times just to get to the finals. And also that you'll see, I ended up losing, I think, at least one more time to the Wizards before I advanced to the finals. But finally, we end up advancing just to end up playing Luka and Giannis on the Warriors. And y'all are about to see what happens next. This is a rematch, man. For all the marbles, like, I don't know what's gonna happen here. But trust me, dog, it doesn't get any better from here. So we go down, not 1-0, not 2-0, not 3-0. We technically lose the series, but like I said earlier, I was so over this team not winning. With having Jokic, Ja Morant, Giddey, all those guys on this team, I felt I deserved to win. So I tried resetting the game one more time. And then I go ahead and jump back into game 4 to hopefully get some redemption. But from there, I'm just going to let y'all see the rest. Because, yeah, it didn't go great. I'll give y'all a little bit of a spoiler there. 2:26 left, 108. Alright, come on, man. Where are our starters? Where are Khan and Matas, bro? Okay, great pass. Great pass, come on. This is an absolutely disgusting team, bro. Luka and Giannis on the same team is just disgusting. I mean, okay. Better him than Giannis, I guess. Come on, man. Okay, Matas is about to check in. Where's Khan? Oh. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Dash Daniels, bro. Why is Giddey? Why? Okay. Great shot. Oh, he has 39. Okay, go ahead and do your thing, Giddey. Holy cow. They also have Khalil Ware? And that's a fade. Nope. Okay, good rotations. Okay, I don't like Giddey on Giannis, but I'll let Giannis shoot a 3. He's gonna go right to the paint probably. Nope. He gets a wide open 3. Okay. Oh my gosh, what a shot. Oh my gosh, what a shot. No, dude. Not like this. Okay. Don't throw Jokic as much as I trust you passing the ball. Just don't pass it right there. You gotta score this. Or it's gonna go right to Giddey. And he's gonna pass out to Christian Anderson Jr. Close the 3. Oh my god, I'm sick. Okay, he might miss a free throw. He might miss a free throw. He might miss a free throw, man. He doesn't. Okay. Giddey for 3. Oh my god, I love you, Josh Giddey. We gotta get a stop, though. Like, we need a stop, bro. We need a stop. It's Luka on Ja for game. He's gonna get right to the paint, isn't he? Oh, we missed! Chuck it! Oh, Ja almost hit that. Alright, it's going to OT. Again, we're still down 0-3, so This is going to be a tough comeback as it is. But let's go ahead and see what they do in overtime. All right, we got it down to a minute 33. We're down 1. Warriors have the ball. It's back into Luka. Once again, foul outs are off, so nobody's coming off the court pretty much at this point. Luka's going to get a free layup. Come on, why is Jokic not touching the ball like at all? Wow. Wow. What was all that just to pass the ball? Buzelis, what are you doing? Like, what am I watching? Oh, what a steal, though, from Matas. Okay, way to make up for it. Because that was an absolutely terrible shot. Like, why is Jokic not shooting any threes? Okay, pick and pop here. Oh, and we throw it right to Yep. Oh my god, another steal. Okay, that's a breakaway dunk. Just go ahead and take it. Oh my gosh, dude. Don't need a foul here. Don't need a foul. Do not need a foul. Okay. I probably should have switched this match, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, I'm gonna switch that. Oh my gosh, come on, dude. Jokic. I mean, I can't be too mad at that. I pray we make a 3 here. They sub Khan out, dude. Oh my gosh. Oh my god, Jokic. And we lose to them 2 years in a row. And we won 67 games in both seasons. I'm kind of speechless, man. I'm not gonna lie. Like, genuinely, what did I just watch? Great, awesome. Cool, dude. Okay. Yeah, I don't really know what to say. Like, Giddey that game had 47 points. Still wasn't enough because the Warriors had Luka and Giannis, bro. Like, there's just genuinely no way that would ever happen, ever. In any other sim I would have done, that just wouldn't have happened, and I would be fine. And I probably would have been able to win like 3 rings. But not today. So yeah, that's gonna be yet another L for the challenge tally. I don't know exactly when I'm actually gonna win one of these. That is, I don't know, man. Like I said, I'm speechless, dude. Wow. I hope you guys enjoyed the video nonetheless. That was a pretty crazy last game, but yeah. Let me know what you guys want to see next, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.